शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अतसी पुष्पसङ्काशं हारनूपुरशोभितं रत्नकङ्कणकेयूरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कुटिलालकसंयुक्तं पूर्णचन्द्रनिभाननं विलसत्कुण्डलधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मन्दारगन्धसंयुक्तं चारुहासं चतुर्भुजं बर्हिपृच्छावचूडाङ्गं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। उत्फुल्लपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजीमूतसन्निभं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। रुक्मिणीकेलिसंयुक्तं पीताम्बरसुशोभितं अवाप्ततुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। गोपिकाणां कुचद्वन्द्व कुङ्कुमाङ्कितवक्षसं श्रीनिकेतं महेश्वासं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। श्रीवत्साङ्कं महोरस्कं वनमालाविराजितं शङ्खचक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कृष्णाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं प्रातरुत्थाय यः पठेत् कोटिजन्मकृतं पापं स्मरणेन विनश्यति। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So today we begin yet another beautiful text called Hamsa Gita from this great Purana, Bhagavatha Purana. To introduce to you this subject matter, we need to understand the place of Bhagavatha Purana in our knowledge tradition, in our specifically the spiritual knowledge tradition of India. And so here, in this Bhagavata Purana, so we need to understand in the spiritual knowledge tradition the place of Bhagavata Purana. And so Purana, beginning with Purana, if I were to start with Purana, the tradition says the backbone of the spiritual tradition of India, the knowledge traditions of India, is made up of this skeleton literature. And what is the skeleton literature? Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Dharma Shastra Anga Mishritaha, Veda Sthanani Vidyanam, Dharmasya Cha Chaturdasha. I'll give you these quotations in the group, so relax and just listen. It's a 14-fold Vedic knowledge. And this 14-fold Vedic knowledge, if you ask us which is your scripture, well, the scriptures are the Vedas, and the Veda is called Vidyasthanam. Veda is the body of knowledge. It's a body of knowledge. Not only is it a body of knowledge, it is knowledge that has been given to us in this creation. It is also a dharmasthana. It is that which a message, a revelation that defines the cosmic order. What is the moral order of the universe, the cosmic order, the moral order? And so it is called a dharmasthana and a vidyasthana. And so the Vedas, the revelations, are the vidyasthanani and dharmasthanani. They declare, they are revelations that declare the spiritual knowledge. Knowledge, they declare what knowledge? Not knowledge which is in the scope of a human being. They talk about knowledge which falls outside the scope of human perception. Who else can give us that knowledge? If the very knowledge is outside our scope to research and to gather, then who else can give us that kind of a knowledge, if there is any? The very creator of this upadhi, of this form. And so this Veda, the knowledge, is called a knowledge that has come to us from a other than human source, called a paurusheya jnanam. Other than human source is this knowledge coming from. It is not a scientist's knowledge. It's not a knowledge of a discovery, of a research. It is a knowledge which has descended into us as revelations. So knowledge which descends are called revelations or apaurusheya jnanam in our tradition. To know this, to understand this knowledge, to grasp this knowledge, well, we require auxiliary other disciplines with us. We require some more things to be able to grasp this knowledge. And so this Veda, which has been compiled into fourfold, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, to be able to decipher what the Veda says, tradition has given us 6 other limbs. They are called Vedanga. 6 limbs that we study in order to be able to access the Vedas. And the 6 limbs are called Anga. Anga is a limb. Vedanga is a limb of the Veda. And these 6-fold limbs, what are they? Shiksha. Shiksha is the first. Shiksha means the science of phonetics. Phonetics. In today's day and age where everything is documented, it's a world of documentations. Think of a time where all documenting happened in the brain. Think of a time when there wasn't even a pen or a paper concept. Knowledge was given, and so hearing was important. The impeccable accuracy in hearing, the impeccable accuracy in articulating, in using appropriate prana shakti, the breath and so on. Why? Because a change in the sound could change the meaning. And therefore, this is a science, and it's called the science of phonetics. And so Shiksha is the first Anga, a limb to accessing the Vedas. If I do not understand phonetics of the language in which the Veda is, how am I going to access the grammar of that language? The language in which the Veda is happens to be called Sanskritam. And so Sanskritam is a language, is a phonetical language. It is all phonetics. That's the reason why Sanskritam cannot have any dialect. No dialect is possible, because any distortion in the utterance is considered a distortion, not a dialect. English can have hundreds of dialects, because Indian English, Australian English, British English, American English, you can validate all forms of English, but you cannot validate all forms of Sanskritam as correct. It has no dialect, it's a phonetic language. And so the science of phonetics is the first discipline to access the Veda, Shiksha. And then comes Vyakaranam or grammar. Third is called Chandas or meter. The understanding of the metrical system, how when you see revelation, sometimes they come in a quarter, they come in a verse form, they come in a form of poetry for us. It's not all prose. The beauty of this great spiritual knowledge tradition is, it's not all prose. It would be very, very tiring and boring if the whole Gita was in prose. The charm of a poetry is you can recite, you can chant, you can sing. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamaka pandava chaiva kima kurvata sanjaya. Sanjaya uvacha Drishtva tu pandava nikam. It doesn't work like that. Drishtva tu pandava nikam vyunam duryodhanastada acharyamupasangamya raja vachanam abravit. Beautiful, isn't it? You can see yourself progressing. In a text, you can only see yourself sleeping. And so, given all this poetry, the whole philosophy is in poetry. Amazing it is to see a philosophy in poetry. The Upanishads in the Veda, they are all in intonations. Om Shiksham Vyakhya Syamaha Varanaswaraha Matra Balam Samasantanaha Ityukta Shikshadhyayaha. Swaras, chandas, meter. And therefore, there is a discipline of the different metrical system to know the Vedas, to understand the Veda. Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chandas. The fourth is Niruktam. Niruktam is the first dictionary that human beings ever put together. It is a Vedic dictionary called Niruktam, Yaska's Niruktam. And you have Jyotisham, the fifth limb. Jyotisham is the science of astronomy, of astrology. Because we believe that no human birth is an accident. Nothing in this universe is an accident, even though your mom may have told you, you were a big accident. I never wanted you. Hey, that's your mom's problem, that's not the Creator's problem. In creation, there are no accidents. There are only incidents. Every event, every moment is etched in the blueprint of this journey through time for all the life forms. When a person is born, when a person is gone, where you are born, what is the composition of the universe at that time? All omniscience in the form of this star, that planet, where are they all positioned when you were born? Which one was close, which one was away, which was the star which was rising in the east when you were born? Everything is mapped. It's a mapping with the universe is called astrology. Mapping your birth with that universe, that sacred moment when you were born, not a cursed moment. That sacred moment when you were born is mapped. That's called the science of astrology. And we believe we are interconnected to all that is. If a sun that is so far away can give you life on a planet so far away, are you not connected to that star? If that moon that billions of light years away can inspire to write poetry, every couple in this planet looks up to the moon and writes poetry on this moon. You tell me you're not connected to the planets and the stars and the universe? And so it's the science of this connection is the science of astrology, astronomy. And therefore it is very much with the Veda, support literature of the Veda. And so we are looking at Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chandas, Niruktam, Jyotisham, and sixth one is Kalpam. Kalpam is that understanding of when the Veda tells you to do certain rituals for certain means, certain ends, there is a science behind that. How many bricks are used? When you put a building somewhere, do you not define the number of bricks that you will use for a successful structure? Well, kalpam is that discipline for making this karmic, this ritual effective, correct, precise. It's a act of precision. 5 rituals are esoteric actions of tremendous precision. And that precision is defined in the Kalpa Shastra. And so these 6-fold angas. So you have 6 angas or limbs of the Veda. You have 4 Vedas, that makes it 10. And then you need 4 more to close this backbone of our spiritual knowledge tradition. And so here we are looking at Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa and Dharma Shastra. These are the last 4 disciplines. Purana is study of the mythological literature. We'll come to that in a moment. Purana. Nyaya is the science of logic. Please understand, Indian logic is not an ordinary logic. The mind, the great mathematicians, the great people who gave us this discipline of logic, it's called Tarka Shastra, Nyaya Shastra. People study all this to be able to access the Upanishads, understand? So, Purana, Nyaya and Mimamsa. Mimamsa is analysis of the Vedic statements. What is called Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa? It's understanding the purpose of different mantras and what the tradition says about them. Some say, no, it means this way, and why this person is right or wrong. That particular analysis is called Mimamsa Shastra or analytical text. Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa and Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra is all this great phenomenal revelation, ancient revelation. When this revelation in the beginning of creation was given, it was given in time and it is going to flow in and through time. And therefore, as the times change, the efficacy or the truth of the Veda doesn't change, but it gets adapted to the changing time. It gets adapted to the changing contemporary society, to the history, to what is proper. In keeping with the cosmic moral order, it must change, it must adapt. Otherwise it becomes futile, no? Redundant. Cosmic law can never be redundant. It must show its adaptability. And therefore, we have Dharma Shastras written by different people over time. Yajnavalkya, Smriti, Dharma Shastra. So Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Artha Shastra and Gandharva Shastra. Ayurveda is science of medicine. Dhanurveda is science of artillery, of weaponry. Artha Shastra is the science of politics, of governance. Gandharva Veda is the science of art, music, theatre. And so while the basic is 14, some call the basic 18-fold Vedic knowledge. This is the backbone of the spiritual knowledge tradition of India. And in this, where is Hamsa Gita? You've taken us all over the place. I just want one little Hamsa Gita. Coming. I already began and told you it features in Bhagavatha Purana. And so where is Purana? Purana is one of our 14-fold knowledge, right? Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Dharma Shastra, Anga Mishritaha, this 4 plus 6, Veda Sthanani, another 4, 14. Well, so Purana, this is the knowledge part, one of the knowledge traditions of India. That's why I say again and again, you want to do some justice to this great civilization, please redefine your name as a tradition and not a religion. Redefine yourself for yourself. Don't go about putting an application in the government office and fight with the world. Redefine for yourself first. It is a tradition, an age-old tradition of tremendous intellectual capacity, of tremendous revelations, knowledge from celestial worlds. And we keep saying much of it is lost. So much has been lost. But whatever is there itself is overwhelming. In the Puranas, Purana is one word and it means Pura Eva Navam. Puranam. It is Pura, old, and Nava, new. It is as old as it is new. It is as new as it was old. It is old, yet it is new. It is new, but also old. Pura eva navam. The old indeed is new. That means what? Nothing has changed. If you think you have become smarter, sorry, you're as you were then, so you are now. Pura eva navam. Well, Puranas reveal one truth. And what is that truth? That truth is as valid today as it was those days. That's the point. Puranas reveal a truth, and that truth is as valid today as it was those days. And what is this Purana? Is it one book? No. Nothing is one. Only Advaita Vedanta is one. Everything else is multiple. So Purana, the word is one, but the books are 18 of them. 18 books of mythology. Madvayam bhadvayam chaiva bhratrayam va chatushtayam annapa kuskalingani puranani ashtadasha. This defines the 18 books. What are the 18 books? Well, let's look at this beautiful verse. This is how we memorize things. This is how we keep our memories sharpened. By doing what? By keeping verses in our fingertips. If I ask you to tell me what are the 18 Puranas, you say, Ammaji, I'll just check Google and get back to you. Hey, we are the Google God here. And therefore, Madvayam, Matsya Purana, Markandeya Purana, Madvayam, Bhadvayam, Bhagavata Purana, Bhavishyat Purana. Please count. Madvayam, Bhadvayam, Chaiva, Bhratrayam. The next three begins with Bhra. Brahma Purana, Brahmanda Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Va Chatushtayam. Va is 4. Vayu Purana, Vamana Purana, Vishnu Purana, Vishnu Dharmottara Purana. Wow! Madvayam, Bhadvayam Chaiva, Bhratrayam. I don't have enough fingers. Va Chatushtayam. 11 done. Anapakuskalingani. Agneya Purana. Na Naradiya Purana. Pa Padma Purana. Ku Kurma Purana. Ska Skanda Purana. Li Linga Purana. Ga Garuda Purana. 11 plus 7. Come on. Yes. 18. And so these are the 18 Puranas. Oh, really? 18 of them? 18 books of mythology? Yes. And these 18 books. So if you study 18 books, you would have covered mythology of India? No. Because we have 18 Upapuranas. Secondary mythological texts. That's also another 18. Oh well, you're talking about a 15-20,000 year old civilization. You can't simply get it all in a 30-minute class. We need to invest something more here, lot more here. And so, in these 18 Puranas, we are looking at what? One Purana. We are going to be looking at one Purana, and that Purana is called Bhagavata Purana. Bhagavata Purana. All these 18 Puranas together, you know how many verses it has? 400,000 verses make up 18 Puranas. 400,000 verses make up 18 Puranas. And Purana is only one of the 18 disciplines of knowledge I just listed out to you. Think of the vastness. And in this 18 Puranas, one is Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam itself has 18,000 verses only. Are we going to be studying 18,000 verses? No. I am not a taskmaster. I've given you the simplest one, the smallest portion, which will be of your interest. A portion in Bhagavatam which gives you a revelation of oneness, Advaita Vedanta. And of the 12 skandhas or 12 books of Bhagavatam, this is one particular book. We will look into the details later. There is one section called Uddava Gita. And in that there is a smaller section called Hamsa Gita. You have only heard Bhagavad Gita from Mahabharata, where Lord Krishna gives the teachings of the Veda, of the Upanishads to Arjuna. A different context, a different situation, a different asking. Uddava Gita is yet another very powerful, very moving story of Uddhava, Lord Krishna's own childhood friend. And before Lord Krishna leaves the body, he teaches the same knowledge of oneness to Uddhava. Details of Hamsa Gita we will pick up in our next session next week on Saturday, same time. With this, I close. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.